Gabos. The name of the game is Gabos. Game ain't based on sympathy. If you got sympathy in this spot, you ain't gonna never make it.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gabos Sports. Game ain't based on sympathy. To be honest with you, I wanted to kick off before I introduce the boys, addressing the TikTok video that I was getting flamed in the comments, man, for saying Suarez is better than R9. And I wanted to,
man. You were getting some love.
I was getting some love, but I would say the hate outweighed the love on this one. I just wanted to personally, individually tell everyone who disagree with me to suck themselves. And that's we're going to move on from there. I'm sticking to my opinion.
Hey, you know what though? I actually like some of the takes. You know, some of them were just like, he's never watched R9, and some were actually, you know how I was on the fence. Some of them were convincing me this way, some were convincing me that way. There's some decent viewers we got, man. Decent audience.
No, listen, some of them are educated. At least that some of their points made sense. But others, man, I mean, they look like 12-year-olds, and they're trying to give me a history lesson. So they need to pipe down a little bit. But anyways, moving swiftly on, today I am joined by our regular contributors, plus a special guest.
Thank you for the big invite. I only realised probably about 20 minutes ago, I probably only got invited to this because of the flames I start in the group chat. So because of that, I feel like that's why I got the invite. I'm here to be Mr. Controversy. I want to challenge as many points as you guys make because I'll be honest with you, there has been some stinkers in your videos that I have seen. And there have been some decent ones. The Suarez Ronaldo one, I'm not too mad at because people really, really don't understand how good Suarez is. Like, especially like during that Liverpool, Barcelona 3-4 year period. The guy was untouchable, 60, 70 goals in a season. So you got to respect some takes. But other ones that I've seen, we'll leave that to later in the episode. You know what I
Excellent. So the concept that we're following today is a classic one, but I want to get your boys' takes on it. It's the start, sub, and sell. We're going to go through some of the most prominent teams in the Premier League. I'm going to give you 3 players. And then we're going to have a quick discussion about who you would sell and who you'd start and who's languishing in between. So I don't want to waste any of our precious viewers' time, so we'll dive straight into it. I want to start off, first of all, with Chelsea. So the 3 players that I've got are Palmer, Enzo, and Caicedo. Start, sub, sell. Booty, what do we think?
So obviously, I'm not just doing this on pure ability. I'm doing it in terms of the actual importance on the team. Yeah. Obviously, I think this one, out of all the teams, I probably think this one's not quite the most straightforward. I'll definitely start Palmer, sub Caicedo, and sell Enzo. For me, anyways. I'll let you lot go first, and then we can discuss. You can give your list, and I can discuss later.
Yeah. Baz, what about yourself?
Probably the same, man. Probably the same. I'd like to caveat because Booty did, innit? So one thing I want everyone to know is the way we look at players is kind of different across the group. Yeah, Booty. Well, I'll let Booty elaborate on his one, but for me, I look at just the natural ability of the player. If I'm taking Palmer, Caicedo, and who's the third, Enzo to the park, who's going to impress me the most, as opposed to output? So I look at the natural ability, technical ability. That's how I go about this. So just bear that in mind when we go through these. Having said that, I'm going to go the same. Start Palmer, sub Caicedo, and it isn't Enzo in trouble right now anyway.
Yeah, Enzo and Caicedo might not be able to both stay, bruv. So it's actually quite a topical conversation we're having right now. But Abs, what about your take?
This one, you started pretty easy actually on this. Palmer obviously start, Enzo bench. Caicedo, I don't know. Honestly, there's certain guys in that Chelsea team, probably about 70% of them are stealing a living. And Caicedo is one of them. Definitely, he's one of them guys that just fuck up the entire base. I think the transfer for that was absolutely hideous. How much was the deal? Was it over 100?
Yeah, so 115, yeah.
115, disgusting for that deal. And what they got, I'm so sorry. It's not good enough. So he has to go. In the great words of he has to go.
The
The late great Claude. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that in the second half of the season, penalties aside and a few late minute heroics, I think Caicedo has been more important for Chelsea in the second half of the season than Palmer. I think Caicedo's actually been pretty good, man. The games I've watched him, they would have started with him.
In the second half of the season,
Yeah, in the second half of the season, yeah, I think it's kind of gone under the radar. I'm not saying anywhere near that he justifies that price tag, but he's not been terrible. He's not been the worst. I think he had a howler start though, bro. That West Ham game, oh my days!
I'm shocked you said that, by the way, you go, because I know you as a guy that loves give me output, give me results, give me
That's
goals.
in Palmer for so much.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
With that being said, I was just highlighting Caicedo, bro. I wasn't doing anything else. I'm gonna probably go along with you guys. I'm not going to be too controversial. I think starting Palmer, benching Caicedo, selling Enzo's a nothing player, by the way.
Can I say something?
If we're talking about fleeces, bruv, yeah, he's a much bigger fleece than Caicedo, bruv. He is gash. Absolutely gash.
Look, if you think about it, he came to Chelsea at least with a World Cup. And I feel like he played a huge part in that World Cup, them winning it. Obviously, Messi's Messi, but I'm saying he played a huge part. And he got into the Chelsea team. And without a good manager, is he going to perform? I don't think so, because we saw this guy perform at a high level in the international stage. So he can do it, but
they're not interested in international tournaments here, Abdi. Man.
We don't rate international tournaments.
So you guys, okay? So why are you picking the other guy? Why are you picking the African worth 100 and something million that's done nothing?
Yeah,
he's done more than Enter. That's why I'm picking him.
One thing
he has done more than Enter. Which is what no.
Caicedo, Abdi, I was on your bandwagon here. I was on your side, bro. With these man, one of them before Rice, I think, and then they changed their mind to Rice. But Caicedo, I said it. I don't think he's that guy, man. I don't think he's that guy.
I don't think so as well. And I have got some residual anger as well towards the Arsenal stuff as well, FYI.
Go on. What did you want to add?
Yeah, towards that, obviously, we know how that deal went down. But obviously, I am happy we got Rice in the end. But the way he sold us a dream in that entire window, all the way through, he had people like lots of people in the group chat. I'm not going to name names, calling every 5 minutes and asking, is the deal's gone through? And if I'm being honest with you, he ended up staying. He ended up going to get the bag at Chelsea, but come on, man. He's been super underwhelming. For that amount, he's been super underwhelming, man. I'm sorry, guys.
To get back on Chelsea, yeah. Really, I know you have your take on Palmer, yeah. To get back on this, Palmer starting. What do you think he has to do next year to prove it to you that he's a baller? Because I know you're not sold.
Nah, that's no. I'm sold that he's a baller, but I just don't like it, yeah, bro. Every like Tom, Dick, and Harry now, yeah, that comes along is compared to Saka, bro. Even if they're not in his position, Mainu, yeah, this is the reason that.
Save the Mainu.
Bro, and then now Mainu's compared to Saka. Every new kid on the block is compared to Saka. In a sense, I take it as a compliment, but it just pisses me off that, bro, Palmer, who's come and bagged 9 pens, bro, most pens Chelsea's ever got this season, by the way, yeah, 9 pens and got, like 18 goals. He had a stellar season, but, bro, if you look at these goals and these goal contributions, who they've come against, bro, there's level to it. And it's his first season. Saka, bro, Saka had to do it on the international stage. He had to do it but in the Champions League. Bro, man them put so many barometers for this guy, yeah, to get his plaudits. Bro, Palmer came and just done a little fart.
I think
bro. Listen, we're going to save all that talk for later on. I've got to keep this train on the road, on the tracks even. So I want to move to actually one that could maybe spark a little bit of controversy. I want to go to Liverpool next, and the 3 that we've got here for the start, sub, and bench are Van Dijk, Mo Salah, and Trent.
I'd like to go.
Go.
I'm gonna say my pick, and I'll justify it after we go around. But I feel strongly about this. Not that I support Liverpool or anything. I'm saying get rid, sell Salah. Start Trent. I mean, by the way, we're not saying Van Dijk's going to be a sub, but if I had to pick one, obviously, I'd say start Trent, sub Van Dijk, get rid of Salah. And by get rid, let's get a replacement in. But I'll elaborate. Who wants to go next?
Abs.
Definitely go. That Salah statement, absolutely shocking. Absolutely. You should be ashamed of yourself, that comment. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your three.
Honestly,
Let's hear it.
Salah, what he's done for that club, yeah, since he's gone in for last, how long? 6, 7 years. He has been nothing short of the best winger in the league every single season. And one bad season, a season where he's had some controversy, all of a sudden is sell him, he's not good enough. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
No, look. Give us your three, and then I'll discuss. Give us your three.
So Salah is definitely starting for me. I'm sorry. Trent, I'll be honest with you, he's a little bitch. He's on the way out anyways. He's going to Madrid. We know he's going there. Let's be real. So I would take him to the airport and drive him all the way up to Madrid if he wants to, because I think he's on the way out. He's become bum chums with Bellingham, and that. You know what's going on in the England camp anyway. So he's going there. So I'll help him off. Van Dijk, I would bench again. He's one of them guys I'll still start. I still think they can offer a huge contribution. I just think it just all went left with the whole relationship between managers and everything like that, the manager and player. And I just feel like guys are forgetting what he's contributed to this team and like output. A winger, top goal scorer for year after year. You guys don't respect him, man, about self. I can't deal with that.
Everyone will justify their pick. Let's see your picks.
I'm agreeing with you, Baz, bro. I think thank you for the contributions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll build a statue for you one day. We'll name a stand after you, or like a hot dog stand, the Mo Salah hot dog stand. But you've got to go. It's time to use the Arabic, buddy, and cash in on him. They should have cashed on him when the offer came in January, and they're offering like 170 M's, or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously they're in a title race, and you can't kind of get rid of him at that point in time. But financially, that decision made sense then.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 2, I'm benching Trent. I think Van Dijk's best his best days are behind him. He's still a great centre back, but I think he's on the downhill, and would get someone else.
All right, Booty. I want to elaborate on mine. Go on, Booty.
Mine, I'm starting Van Dijk, I'm subbing Salah, and I'm selling Trent. But I'll explain why after.
All right, this is interesting. I like the different picks. So, the reason I'm starting Trent, again, not just because I think like he's been banging for Liverpool. Maybe he's had a couple iffy seasons or whatever it is. I just think he's a phenomenal player. I think he's like. Also, I'm looking at age, in terms of trajectory. I think he's got more in the tank, and I'm also not looking at anything beyond the game, right? Like I'm not looking at he's going to Madrid. He's already on the way out. You know, I'm assuming I have to make the decisions. You know, there's Salah. What I noticed, bro, when I watch him Liverpool, I think he does. Although he and at your point is that he's been performing for 7 years, 8 years, but that's not what we're looking at, bro. Thank you, like Igor said, thanks for what you've done. We're looking at now moving forward. I don't think he's got it in the gas tank as much as he had before, obviously. And I think when I watch Liverpool, I think obviously Nunes sometimes doesn't finish the chances, but bro, Salah is one of the most wasteful players for at that caliber. He is a bit wasteful, bro. I'm not taking anything away from him. I think he's a great winger, man. Listen, I say this with the utmost respect, but I think Liverpool needs something fresh, something different. I think players are losing Salah. I don't know. That's my take.
I think wasteful thing is disrespectful. Because, bro, last season, bro, these man, they killed him, bro. I know he wasn't what he was, bro. I know it wasn't prime Salah playing last season, but, bro, he was still a notch above the rest of them. And he put so much on the plate for these clubs. And they were the ones that were wasteful, not him, bro. They killed him, bro.
Remember that Newcastle game?
When I say wasteful, I mean he still delivered. But me, when I watch the player, I hate those kind of players. And you know, might come at me for my other like Nunes preferences, but I don't like it where it's like things get blocked 100 times. He tries to shoot every time. I think he's becoming a bit too. I'm the main man. maybe he earned it, but I think it harms the team. But that's my take. I give the mic over.
Guys, I've got to ask you an important question.
Mm,
For the man that you're saving Trent, yeah?
mm.
Do you know his best position, bro? Or is that
Bro,
still being decided after 85 years of playing professional football?
my best position is right back, and I think anyone that doesn't says otherwise doesn't know ball. That's my
Okay,
opinion.
he's a right back. So what's the first job of a right back?
And I think Trent is a decent defender. That's my take as
Okay,
well. Man. Yep.
so that's crazy. The
No, it's
fact that
not
you said
crazy, bro.
that's
It's
I
not
so
think Trent's a
crazy.
great defender, by the
he's
way.
a
I think he's
he,
a good defender.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
You guys
He's
are
been
just trying
found
to
out
force it.
multiple times. He's been sleeping at right back. He's not known. If we talk about Trent as a player right now between us, yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know the number? Do you mention his defending? No. You talk
That's
about his
what you're
great
asking, bro.
passing.
That's what
You
you're
no, you talk
asking.
about his great
Yeah,
passing. You talk about his crossing. You talk about his assists. You talk about all attacking attributes. You never sit
Okay.
down to me and say he's a defender and this is why we love him. No, you don't talk about that.
Yeah.
It's not that sort of player. So my point is, as a right back, and all your best attributes you're naming for him is attacking qualities.
But that's the game.
That's not
That's
his
the
best
game.
position, clearly, because
No,
he
that,
needs to be in a position where he's producing more. They tried to do it in England, obviously it failed. But I'm
I,
just saying, when you're saving a player where we don't even know his best position, and you're sitting
no,
there trying to,
I passionately disagree, my friend. I think the
yeah,
game, right backs nowadays have to have that in the locker. If we're
yeah, I
talking about
agree.
found out, yeah, Walker has always been respected as one of the best. Walker gets found out. In England, he looks stinky. Bro, Trent, because his attacking is so good, people look at his defending and compare it. So what if his
Mm.
attacking is better than his defending? I'll take that on my defender. Imagine saying I have a right back that is one of the best creators in the team and he can do a decent job as a right back. I think that's money in the bank. I think it's overly done, this whole criticism about his defending.
Mhm.
But I'll pass over. I think we'll linger in. Egal, Booty, your thoughts?
Go on, Edgar, go on.
No, I was going to just agree with Baz. I think the reason why his defending is not spoken about as much is because he's a good defender, but he's like generational on the ball. You know what I'm saying? So people obviously are going to rave more about that. And the reason why he gets caught a bit is because he's also like the team's primary creator almost. You know, so he's like their playmaker. And so sometimes you're going to get. You're only human. You're going to get found out on the transition, and it happens. But I think in most situations where he's got a stable defense and midfield set in front of him, he's a very reliable defender.
So wait, hold on. What was you lot's list for Liverpool? Like your
I said
starts.
start Trent, bench Van Dijk. No, I think Van Dijk's world class still, but I'm starting Trent because of I think he's phenomenal. And then I'll get rid of Salah with respect.
And Abs, what was yours?
I would keep Salah, sell Trent, and bench Van Dijk.
And what was yours, Edgar?
I think I said I would start Trent, bench Van Dijk, and sell Mo
Yeah, same
Salah.
as me.
Yeah, no, I think basically the way I did it, well, yeah, is because the importance of those players for Liverpool. So I think out of all the players that Liverpool have, Van Dijk is the only one, maybe Trent as well, that can say he's the best in the world in his position still to this day. Yeah, and I think his level of importance, if you take and it's in my opinion, it's always been like that. Van Dijk has always been the numero uno at Liverpool. His level of importance and their level of success has always relied
Correlated.
correlated, on his level of performance. Even when he got injured, like when he was out for God knows how long, before he even broke. When they signed him in January, when they first signed him, they went to a Champions League final. Yeah, they got top four. When he done his knee, they were battling to get into top four. They weren't even a title challenging team. They had to wait for him to come back to go again. Yeah, that's why for me, Van Dijk's always going to be number one for Liverpool. Salah, I was agreeing with what you were saying in regards to I would sell him because he's declining now, and I think maybe it's time to move on and get a good bit of change out of him. But I think because Liverpool have got a new manager now, and there's a bit of uncertainty around Liverpool, and the market for wingers in general, right wingers especially, isn't popping off. I think I would keep him for one more year, even if it's going to be taking a hit the following year. And in regards to Trent, I think Trent is, bro, superb. But I just think his level of importance compared to the other two isn't like it's not as influential basically. I think Trent, like Bradley came in and they were still popping. Like, I think Trent is more of a luxury player, even though he's one of the best in the world at his position. I don't think he's as important as the other two because I think Liverpool lacking goals as well when Salah's not on the team.
Fair enough.
Good points, everyone. All right, boys. So next one, I think this one's going to be equally as controversial, but I'm going to go for Manchester United. And the three players that are selected are Rashford, Mainu, and Bruno. Who would like to go first?
I don't mind keeping order. Let me say one thing. Despite all the criticism this guy gets,
Oh God.
despite all the criticism, I'm not a huge fan. The most important player to that team is Bruno. Out of those three, he's the most important. Let's be real. I think I'm starting Bruno. Not everyone's going to start Mainu. I think Mainu's a good player. I think if they want to get serious, they need to step up that midfield, then let him play. I don't think he could be the main guy in there. And then Rashford, oh my God, how has Rashford remained at United? I don't even want to hear that guy's name, honestly. That's my take on Rashford. So,
I can't believe you want Russell Westbrook to stay in your team. Genuinely. I just can't understand that because Bruno is like the most stat padding guy in the Premier League history. He comes in and all he does is chases these stats, empty stats like Russell Westbrook has done for years at all of his clubs. All of his clubs. I don't respect the guy by calling him Bruno. We're calling him Westbrook from now on. For this entire call, that's what he is. He needs to cleanly fuck off. Cleanly. Because if I'm being honest with you, Man United do not need that sort of player in the team. I was about to say we, like I support them, bro, but that's how passionate I am getting him out of the team. But he definitely needs to go. There's no thought process that tells me anything else. And when he fucks off, Mainu is the man who's going to be at United. If he stays at United and he's happy there, for the next 15 years, he's going to be running that midfield. Because the talent that I've seen from that kid this season, since he joined like December and he started playing, and in an England shirt, is so top. You can see quality I watch this guy numerous times overnight, and you can see he's just leagues above other guys. He came into the England team and he made Declan Rice look technically inferior with his thought process, his patterns, how he's picking up space, how he's receiving the ball. He had there were so many games,
What's this?
Look at this, boys. No, he made
one at a time.
Look at this. Let me finish my point, boys.
Wait.
Firstly, in an English shirt. I'm not saying who's better. I'm not saying who's better.
First of all, Abdi, before you carry on, revoke the technical part of that statement, brother. Because Mainu isn't technically anywhere near Declan Rice. So remove that part and continue your argument, please, brother.
Okay, let me say something. I'm not debating who's a better player here. All I'm saying is when he came on for England for the appearances that he did, Rice couldn't even stretch a forward pass. He didn't have the confidence to play a forward pass. But Mainu was there trying to make things happen, and you can see the intention of the kid. He's 19. He's fearless. I can feel that from him. And that's the exact guy you want leading the team for the next 10. You know how you got Anthony Edwards in basketball? Fearless. He comes in, takes over the game. That's him. I can see the energy from him. I see the fearlessness from him. You guys might think that I'm going too much on him and saying he's that good, but I believe his potential is going to be... I know Techers, bro. I played ball for a lot of years. When I see Techers, I know it. And this guy oozes it, bro. So for me, you're
the epitome of English fan hyperbole.
If it's England fan, if I'm an English fan, why would I say?
Let me get you to talk.
Good.
No, but what's your? So you said Mainu starting. You're saying
1,000,000%
Bruno
building
out.
the entire team around him over the next 10 to 15 years.
And Rashford's on the bench.
And Rashford. I would sell him too if I have the option because he was in Dubai the other day. That guy's up to fuck all, honestly. So I'd get him out also. But if we have to bench someone, then it'll probably be him.
You know
That's
what,
my
man? I'm
thing.
going to be honest with you. You kind of took most of my thoughts straight out of my mouth. As a fellow passionate Bruno hater, I think this guy is one of the all-time great fraudsters. One of the all-time great stat padders, bro. This guy can't. This is another guy who can't put a forward pass together, man. Oh, but how did you get so many assists, bro? This guy's he's not a football player. He's a shimball player, bro. He just takes
Bro,
60-yard shots 10 times a game. Get this guy out of here, man.
Bro.
And the way that Ronaldo is yanking the ball off him for free kicks for Portugal, he hasn't got the elite alpha mindset. I'm afraid, boys. You saw it in that moment where he got treated like a little pup by Ronaldo. He yanked the ball out of him.
Who you
Hey, man.
subbing? Who you subbing? And then let's let Budi have his go.
Yeah, no, I'm subbing. I'm subbing. Who am I subbing? Mainu. I think I'm gonna sub Mainu. I'm gonna start with. I think I'm gonna start with Rashford.
Oh,
Get him a Cam who gets him some nice through balls in, and you'll get him back to firing for 20, 25 goals. I still think there's a player in there, man.
Oh, Budi. Back me up, bro. These men are violating, bro.
Maz, if we're looking for an English statement, he just made it right now with Rashford starting in that team. That's an English statement. There's a good player in there somewhere. That's an English statement.
No, bro. Listen. If there's anything that England missed here in like wingers and stuff, this tournament,
It was not
guys
Rashford.
like Marcus
not
Rashford.
Rashford.
No, generally it was. It was guys like Marcus Rashford.
Let's get Budi. Let's get
Rashford has
Budi.
had one
Let's get
amazing
Budi.
season in the entire time he's come into the club, yeah? And that
He
one
hasn't.
season
He's
came
had
in,
more than that.
one
He's had
season
more
he
than
came
that.
in, let's be real,
he's definitely
his
had
contract
one
was
more
up
than
that following season. So he performed
Bro,
like a motherfucker that season.
listen. He's had more than that, bro. I think you're underselling his talent.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
hyperbole. Anyways, I'm in the middle of like a lot of you, and for me, the way I've done it is a bit different to you guys because I'm actually thinking about Man United, bro. Basically, Man United's forward line don't move me, yeah, bro. The first season Ten Hag came in. If it wasn't for Marcus Rashford, there was no way they were never gonna get anywhere close to the top three, yeah. They finished third, and that was heavily reliant on his numbers. I think the most important player for Man United out of the three is definitely Rashford because I think they're heavily reliant on his numbers. I understand that Rashford's bro. One day he's on it, the next one season he's on it, the next season he's not. But bro, Højlund, yeah, I think he's a good player, but not yet. He's still raw. He's proven he hasn't got the numbers. Xerxes is another kid who hasn't got the numbers. Their right side, the whole right side is shit. Don't get me started on Anthony. None of these guys have numbers like that. So Rashford, for Man United to do anything next season, Rashford has to come back to tip-top form. Number two, Bruno Fernandes shits all over Mainu, bruv. Mainu cannot chat to Bruno Fernandes right now. Are you not mad? Bro, the reason why, this is another, bro, this kid has come in and played for half a season, yeah? And by the way, half of those games, he wasn't amazing. Let's be real.
Right.
Bro, he moves like he's a slug at some points in that midfield, yeah? And I'm not shitting on the kid. I think he's a good player, yeah? But, bro, there's still a lot of, like, games to play for him to be chatting to Bruno. Bruno is a victim of that shitty, unbalanced midfield, bruv. Bro, he's got fucking Casemiro, bruv, who's one of the most washed players in the Premier League. Who else played? McTominay, bro. That guy's a striker. He's not even a midfielder. Bro, Bruno has to do so many jobs. He has to win duels. He has to go and build up play, and he has to go and create for the forwards, bruv. Mainu cannot be chatting to Bruno, bruv, right now. And if you think Mainu is levels with Bruno right now, and at this current stage of time, you lot are bugging, bruv.
It's not about that, brother. And how many years are we going to keep blaming other players? Like, this guy's been here long enough.
Oh no, bro! What are you talking about? You're acting like Bruno all the time.
No, but I'm telling you.
You're chatting nonsense, bro.
Nah, mate. No, he hasn't. You're saying Bruno's delivered, bro. He's not, bro. I'll tell you something. Let me tell you something. Well, quickly, let me just say something. Yeah, bro. You know who he reminds me of? Yeah, a bit. He reminds me of like the Alexis Sanchez years at Arsenal. That's what Bruno reminds me of. It's like, yeah, you got all the stats and all the, the individual plaudits and stuff. But really and truly, what have you won? What have you done?
Bro,
Bro,
that's
not very much.
Say that,
Wait,
mate.
bro,
That
that is
is a statement.
let me
Do not
talk.
compare Alexis Sanchez to Bruno in terms of
No,
style.
I'm saying no, but I'm
You
saying it
know-
reminds you of similar.
All right, look, Booty, you know this stuff more than me. You know when Bruno had that wild season where he was
First
hitting
year he came in. First year he
first year.
came in.
Where did United finish?
Second.
And you're telling me Rashford's that important with the goals and that, but Bruno that season, bro, I don't want to hear it, bro. He carried the whole city, bro. To
Yeah, but
second.
not only that though, Baz. He like Rashford and Martial had decent seasons, and that's through him. Like
Bro,
he
Bruno can
created.
cook, bro. I swear to God, I'm not a big fan of the guy. I don't like how he plays, but bro, his ability, his locker, he can do a lot with the ball. Honestly, bro. Assists, long ball, outside of the boot. He's got a bit of flair. He can shoot. I think you have the agenda from day one, and I respect it.
I don't listen. It's not even an agenda.
I don't even have the agenda, but I just see what I see.
Eagle said United will not win a Premier League with this guy, and I agree. I agree. He's not. Maybe they need to change him, that kind of player, the way he is. But he has been important for United. But anyway,
I Baz and
KDB
Booty, yeah.
from Wish.
I Baz Booty when did I say this, that they'll never win a league with this guy in their team? This was like 4 years ago, bro.
no one was saying.
Isn't that,
Yeah,
that
no one was going to say they're going to win a league. Bro.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, but what's the point then? What's the point of keeping him around and saying Mainu's not as good as him? You'll much rather roll the dice with an unknown quantity like that who's got promise than keep this guy who's 29 years old who's done nothing for you.
I disagree with that statement. So, bro, that statement isn't like coherently tied with Bruno, bro. They weren't going to win the league just because Bruno played for Man United. They weren't going to win the league because Man United are shit, bro. You think Man City, if they didn't have a player like Bruno, they wouldn't win the league, bro? Bro, Bruno bro.
My life, Bruno at City
You
would.
put Bruno, in front of, and you have Rodri behind him, and you have Brezak Gundogan next to him. You think he can't cook and win a league with him, bro? You bugging, bro?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think there'll be no comparison between what Bruno will achieve in the game of football compared to Manu. Because
Bro,
that
this
kid,
is like, bro, this
where's
is
he going?
This is a
Let's go right to the top, right to the very top of the game.
He's going right to the top, boys. Honestly,
Bro, if
Bruno,
if
he's
let me tell you
31.
something.
How old is Bruno?
Okay, but that's besides the point, bro. You're
Not the
listen.
discussion here, man.
If Mainu was playing, in the Man United team for the past 5 years or however long Bruno's been in that team, you would be shitting on Mainu the same way you're shitting on Bruno, bro. Because Man United have been fucking garbage, bro. And anyone plays in that midfield is playing in the most unbalanced garbage midfield, bro. And I'm not the biggest fans of Bruno, but you, man, are just taking it to another level and you're cooking him like he's a scrub. And to say Mainu is better than Bruno, who's played 2 games in the league.
No, we're not saying nothing about being better, bro. The game is start, sub, sell. We're talking about the future, baby.
And you shouldn't be subbing my man ahead of Bruno, bro.
Listen, man, you were right with Rashford. He is their most important player, so we're agreed on that one. But the second point, which is Mainu or Bruno.
Let me ask you something. Wait, Baz.
Sorry?
What?
Yeah.
If Mainu doesn't start next season, but Bruno does, and flip it the other way. So if Mainu started and Bruno didn't, what's more like what are they gonna miss more, bro?
Of course, Bruno. Of course, bro. Let's be real, guys. You guys are thinking, Abdi, you're thinking 10 years ahead. This guy's got potential.
We're talking about right now, bro.
About this season, Bruno is.
We're talking about selling or starting. And if we're selling and starting players, we're thinking of not just this season.
Nah, we're not thinking about
the next
age.
few years.
Bro,
The next few years.
We're talking about the level.
Let's talk about this. I'm saying in the next 5 years, do I want to see Bruno in that Man United team, or do I want to see Mainu?
Come on, bro. You're not saying anything that's groundbreaking. Do you want to see a 35-year-old playing for Man United in the next 5 years, or do you want to see a 25-year-old in Kobe
right
Mainu?
now?
Obviously, you're gonna pick Mainu, bro.
All right.
And the truth is, and we'll move on after this point, unless somebody's got another emergency rebuttal, is that like next season they will accept that they're not going to do much anyways, bruv. So why waste another year of this guy when you can blood this kid in? That's what I'd rather do. That's
not. Bruno and Mainu don't play in the same position. Number one. Number two, bro. You're saying they're not doing anything. Man United want to get back to the top 4. and Bruno can help them get back into the top four.
Listen. We've seen it with Arsenal when we finished 8 and 6, whatever it was, back to back. It doesn't. Listen, sometimes it doesn't go perfectly the first time. And I'm saying by the time they get back into a position where they're going to contend for the title, which is going to take a couple of windows to get this all right, Bruno's time in the sun is over, mate. That's the reason why I made the decision.
Let me try convince you, Egal, yeah? And honestly, don't just be stubborn, yeah?
Scouts on him, man.
Next season, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a United fan and you want your team, obviously, to get back into the top 4, yeah? Would you keep Bruno or would you sell him? Right now, with the market like as it is, would you keep him or sell him?
I got a lie. There you go. Don't try.
No, I'm being deadly serious when I say this. I would genuinely sell him.
But who, bro? Oh, come on, man.
Who are you replacing him with? Is your question, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, you know this guy.
Anybody else? That's your answer to the question. Anybody else?
I'll jump in and try and get Eze from Palace, or you know what I'm saying. I'll go for someone, bro. I'll go and find someone. Someone dynamic and
we're not creative tens like Bruno, man. It is not levels of Bruno.
I don't think Bruno's particularly great. He's got a great output, but I don't think he's creative.
He's created the most chances in Europe. What are you talking about? You retarded, bro.
Listen, stats are stats, bro. At the end of the day, so you can write off all the stats you want. You can write. Listen, anyways, moving swiftly on, boys.
Lucas Aid has kicked in it, so you gotta give him his chance.
Yeah, boys, one at a time, please.
First of all, I want to say the next session we have, or the next podcast we have, Iga, you better be in the England top. What the fuck are you talking about, Eze, bro? Replace Bruno with Eze. What can Eze do? What are you talking about?
He's thinking of potential. He's not saying he's ready for it right now.
Budi asked him next year if you want to get to the top 4. Would you get rid of Bruno? Man said, get rid of Bruno, bring me Eze. Bro,
I would. No. It's not even he's the first name that popped into my head, in terms of who could realistically do a good job.
He can't do Bruno's job.
But I think he could. What is Bruno's job, bro? Is spam shots from 50 yards out. And then when the deflections get knocked in, count them as assists. Oh, amazing. Oh, fantastic stuff. Let's move on, indeed. So next, boys, I want to talk about Arsenal. I think there's a few similarities here between one of our previous conversations, but the 3 players are Odegaard, Saka, and Rice. Who wants to start off? Booty, do you want to start off on this one?
I don't mind, yeah. This one's tough, obviously, because I support Arsenal, and I favour other guys, but I used my head instead of my heart with this one. And it's very tight with the top 2 for me. I'm putting Odegaard number 1, Saka number 2, and Rice number 3.
So you're going to sell Rice.
Yeah.
Sub Saka and then start Odegaard.
Yeah,
okay, tell me why.
That's what you're going to be doing for a living, with them opinion, selling Rice. That's what you're going to be doing. Because I just don't understand.
I'm locked in with them, Booty. Wallahi, I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in. People selling Rice. It's fine.
What about you, Abdi? What's yours?
I'll say it later.
For me, I look at who's the most replaceable in the team.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'd have to bench Rice, keep Starboy, and I have to sell Odegaard.
Yeah, that one.
And that's my honest opinion. And my reasonings I'll give after everyone's had their little bit, but I'll tell you the reasons why. But go on.
Ego, I'm curious to hear yours, man.
This is tough, man. But I'm gonna go start Rice, bench Odegaard, and sell Saka.
Right.
When I assess all of their skill sets, I think Rice would probably be the hardest to replace in this current market. I think you can find 10s. I think you can find wingers, but whether they'll give you the same output or not. But I think finding a Rice would allow us to start just like that if we lost some of these bigger players. You need that midfield, man. We went 20 years without a Vieira, and now we got one. I'm keeping it, mate. That's the missing piece.
Oh my god, that's getting clipped.
I'm keeping that, bro.
Yeah, but listen.
But he's from Lewisham. Yeah.
let me tell you something. In my opinion, Odegaard is the most important player.
Did you give your
No,
list?
no. All right. My list would be start Odegaard, sell Rice, keep sub Saka, similar to Woody. Bro, Odegaard's the most important player in Arsenal. Everything goes through Odegaard, man. Everything goes through Odegaard, in my opinion. He starts off play, he ends play, he assists. He's the most creative. He is, in my opinion, the heart of that team, and he's one of the best tens in the world. And I've been an Odegaard fan, and I still am, and I think he's a great player. Rice, listen, I started off a hater of Rice. I then grew some love for Rice, but I still stand that he's probably a bit overrated, and I don't think he's world class caliber. I think something's missing. But I think Rice is replaceable. Actually, I think Saka, if you look at the right wingers in the market, he's one of the best right now. I don't know if he's replaceable, and I don't give a lot of love for one star boy, but he cooks for Arsenal. Even when he's playing dead, he still delivers, and I don't think he's replaceable. I don't think it's easy to find the right winger that gets the numbers. So I'm going Odegaard start because of his importance. I'm going Saka sub because he's the second most important, I think, out of the three. And I think Rice, you could have had a better Rice if you brought Polina instead of him going. But that's my opinion.
He had a trash game. We have to accept that he had a trash game. But for you, see, Abs, just so I can recount your rankings, you're selling Odegaard, did you say?
I'm selling Odegaard because for large periods of certain seasons at Arsenal, I always felt he didn't deliver in big games. And that sticks in my mind a lot of the time when I watch him. I always called you or messaged you and tell you this guy needs to learn how to shoot the ball. He doesn't know how to shoot the ball. He's got a real issue with shooting the ball. Obviously, when he's side-footed, he's fine. But when he's actually striking the ball, he takes lots of shots a game. I actually think he's got issues in that regard. But that's not the main point of why I would sell him. I look at what I feel is not replaceable. Like Igor mentioned about Rice, looking for someone in that position that can really dominate. If we look at this season, what are the two best signings in the transfer window that have happened in the last 1 year? It's Palmer and Rice. Is that facts or is it not facts?
Well, say that again. Say that again.
So the top two signings in the last 12 months had been Rice and Palmer. Am I right or am I wrong with them with that statement?
I'd have to think. I can't think top of mind. But at the same time, Abdi, I think I've said this point before to the boys. Yeah, being the best because the market what you're comparing to relative to what you're comparing to doesn't really mean great things. Because what if there's been no great signings, right? But anyway, carry on.
I get what you're saying, but for me, he's really revamped that entire midfield. He's been so consistent. He never gets injured. And he's been playing as a 6 or a 7. I've barely seen him have a bad game in an Arsenal shirt. There's probably been 3 or 4 games max in the whole season where he hasn't turned up. And all the other games, he's got us crucial goals. He's solidified in his anchor in that midfield, obviously, because he used to be a centre-back. So he just has this ooze of confidence that we need in that position that we've been waiting for so many years, where we had the likes of fucking Denilson playing that position. Who remembers that fucking bastard? Yeah, I mean, so we've had a bunch of bastards playing in that position for a long number of years, and he's come in, and within 1 year, I'm actually confident of a player in that position, and you could see the class. That's why I can't get rid of him. I refuse to get rid of him. Saka, star boy, I don't think he's had his great season, FYI, this season. I think the season before he was much more active in terms of his performances, but he still produced the numbers this year. And I just think going on to the following season, I just think with the right confidence, everything gets into place. I think he bags 20 goals, 25 goals. I can't let him go. I can't replace him. If we look out there again in the market, who can we find as a winger that's bagging you 20 goals a season, 10 assists in whatever they're doing? Who? Are you going to say Yamal? No, he's about 14 years old and doing his homework still. Not him. So where else are you going to look for that's producing them numbers? You have to go to the top elite tier, the likes of Vinny, or we're looking at Mbappe. We're looking at them class of players that are producing similar numbers. So I can't get rid of him. It's rude. Rice, I can't replace him. Odegaard, I just think he hasn't turned up in a lot of big games, which makes me think, is he someone that I can get rid of and replace? And the answer is, I think he's more replaceable than the other guys.
Couple of points quick. I'll give
Hmm.
the other guys a chance. I think Rice, your point about he solidified himself in that position, he's confident, da, da, da. I think, by the way, it's gone under the radar how much Odegaard's work in that team also helps Rice's role. I think Odegaard does a lot more work than a number 10 does in terms of defensive, putting
No,
pressure on the ball, all of that.
off the ball.
And I also think having the best centre back partnership in the world probably also helps Rice. I'm not taking away from Rice, but when you look at replaceable or not, I feel like if you consider that whoever will replace him also has that around him, you may find that it's possible to replace him. And then I had another point and I've forgotten, so hand it
Saka.
over. Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say, man.
Yeah.
Bigger?
Bro, I think I'm trying to think about it. So I said sell Saka, start Rice, sub Odegaard. I think the only reason why it's changed my perception of Odegaard is because this season I held my hands up, even though I still make some jokes sometimes. He moving in a slightly deeper role. He's handled the defensive duties. He leads the press, and there's so many things off the ball that is too crucial to how the whole team operates to get rid of, compared to, let's say, a right winger, where, bro, realistically, it's like a young man's position. It's like a wide receiver or running back in the NFL, bro. These guys usually tend to peak quite young. And I think with the load and all the strain that's been put on Saka's legs recently, I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's the other two are more important.
Fair point.
Yeah. For me, bro, listen, I've gone to a lot of Arsenal games, yeah, in the last 2 years, and I think not last year, the year before, Odegaard's numbers were much better than they were last year, yeah. But his level of performances weren't the same. But one thing that stays the same, the reason why I'm starting him is, if you realize a lot of players, yeah, even in the meaty games that we don't care about, like get rested. But there was one guy that always has to play, and in my opinion, there's a massive drop off in the level of performance in totality of the Arsenal team when Odegaard's not in the team. Bro, I hate watching Arsenal when Odegaard's not playing. That is genuinely boring, bro. Everything goes through this guy. Like the front line, but even the beginning of the season, yeah, when Partey was out and we were struggling with, just because Rice still hasn't unlocked that, picking it up from the back and creating from deep, like build up from deep. He still hasn't got that gene in him yet, yeah, like that Rodri gene. Even Jorginho, played in the six, can do it. So when he came in the turn of the year, it took a lot of load off Odegaard. Because Odegaard's game and his numbers going forward were getting affected because he had to drop deep and start creating,
build up
Rice out and taking that weight off his shoulders. Obviously, I still get annoyed with Odegaard a lot. I think he's a bit flimsy for my liking, but bro, I think his level of importance for our club is so, like, if he gets crocked, we're fucked. Like, I genuinely believe it's like. And I was saying, like, he's the most replaceable. And it goes back to the Bruno thing. Bro, these type of creators, yeah, that him and Bruno, are, by the way, are the biggest creators in Europe. Statistically, this is not my opinion, this is facts. And to replace these type of players, bro, it's not easy. But where are you going to get these guys?
I just think with all them stats you're talking about creating, I just think they can create themselves another opportunity elsewhere because it's not going to be with these clubs. Bruno, Westbrook, he can go. And I just think, I'm not being disrespectful to Odegaard because I really feel like he's an elite player. I'm not saying he's not elite. I'm just saying, I look at the scope of the pitch and I say, which player can I replace tomorrow? I think I could replace him more than the other two. That's all I'm saying. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to who can you replace more.
I don't think so, man.
That's where we have the disagreement. Cool. All right, boys. So I think there is just 2 teams left, and I am going to choose
Man City.
the reigning champions, Manchester City. And the 3 players I have are Haaland, Rodri, and KDB. To be honest with you, with the news, the way that it's currently coming along, that decision might be made for them. But we'll have our goes first, and to keep the order, I will return to Mr. Baz.
Listen, man, the best player in the whole world will start. I'm not even gonna say the name. The best player, and I think it's clear the best player in 2024, by the way. And then I will, bro. You know what it is? The other two, Haaland and KDB, in case you haven't clocked. Bro, I can see reason, genuinely, to get rid of both. Like I understand why KDB maybe on the decline. I still think he's a phenomenal player, and Haaland, I think like he gets the goals. I think the disrespect to Haaland is overdone because he still gets the goals for them. But he might not be a cute player to watch, but the guy performs. But I can also see City performing as well with another good striker because of the people around, because of the team. However, if I'm having to pick, I love KDB, boys. I'm gonna have to say, start Rodri, sub Haaland, sell KDB, and I'm Haaland KDB. I'm not mad at it going either way.
That's very techie, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know how you've kept the League Two player on the pitch. I really don't know how he's managed to even stay on the bench. Because Haaland,
You are coming with some insane things.
Haaland, I'm sorry guys, look, I don't even want to be controversial. I'm just telling you the truth, yeah. But out of the three people that we've got there, Haaland is easy. That team is so well oiled that if Haaland leaves today, they can get a fucker in the reserve to score 30 goals. Honestly, because I'm sorry, he had a good first season, a great first season actually, not even good. He had a great first season where he was getting a lot of finishing. I'm not going to deny he had it, but last season really showed me so many areas of his game that are lacking. Whether it comes to the build-up play, whether it comes to his first touch, whether it comes to him contributing more to the pitch other than him scoring. And I just feel like he struggled massively. He's a poacher. That's what he is. If we're gonna sum him up in one way, he's a poacher, Haaland. And I just think in the Premier League, I can name other players that can come in that can bag 20, 25. Not saying as much as him, but I'm saying they can bag good amounts with the midfield that we've got here in this team. So he would be first out the door. And that's not even without a second thought, honestly. I would drive him to the airport, wish him luck. You're 22 years old. You could probably fuck off to Saudi somewhere and get a good deal. But he'd be gone. Now, Rodri and KDB.
You're going to get rid of a 22-year-old in his, like, as good as he is.
Again, who can I replace? And I'm looking at the team. I just think the striker is more replaceable to me than anybody else in that three.
That's fine, but send him off to Saudi is a bit of a mad one.
No, it's too early. No, I'm just trolling. He could obviously, come on. He could still nick a career somewhere else. I'm not saying he can't.
Nick a career.
But honestly, for me, I'm starting KDB. I know people are going to get upset. Rodri is at
fuck out of this spot, bro.
Bro,
what
I have to pick KDB.
You man had an agreement or something, bro. What are you talking about?
Listen, I have to pick KDB slightly just ahead. Look, I know Rodri when he's in the team, Man City have never lost 4 games, something last 2 years. I know the stats. I know all the stats, and it's the same for Spain. They won everything. I get it. I understand he's great. He's world class, and he could be Ballon d'Or guy this year. I really, really respect him.
So what?
I'm looking at who I feel could not only contribute massively to my new striker after Haaland fucks off, but I'm looking at the overall skeleton of the team, and I just think KDB has been so irreplaceable in this core for the last 5, 6, 7 years in this team I cannot bench him. He's just too. Honestly, I'd have him KDB up there. You might know, but I have him up there with the whole Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard debate as the all-time great in the Premier League history. Yeah,
Okay,
he's that unbelievable. Let me finish our point, and I'll let you come in.
There's a lot that needs to be.
I know there's a lot to be dissected. I'm not even trying to take sides, but I just feel like he's one of the all-time greats, top 3 in that position
I'm not
in
mad at
Premier
that.
League history. Yeah, okay, you're not mad at that. So you can't be mad at me saying I
I
still want to
am.
continue
I
to
am.
build a team around him because I just feel like his assists, goals in crucial moments for that team, Man City, have
He's
done that
washed.
team such a. You
Abdi,
think he's
bro.
washed? I
Abdi,
let you guys have the
Definitely
floor.
washed.
Go on.
Abdi, your point is, and you did this
Mm.
several times, with several players.
Yeah.
I've seen this player for the past 8 years, but that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. We're here
So we're here
Bingo!
for next season.
now. Just
Now
Bingo!
he can
just
still do it.
win. We're here
He
for
can
right
still
now.
do it.
Rodri,
This
right
is
now.
Gabos!
Yeah,
We don't
exactly.
want to hear about what he's going to get a statue. We don't give a fuck about all that. We want to hear who's the best player right now.
No,
And
bro.
that brother, he's linked to Saudi, my G. Man said build
Look, but
around
I'm
him.
not selling him.
We'll build
Look,
around
you
him
guys
at El
acting like I'm selling
Etihad.
Rodri. I'm not selling Rodri, boys. I think he's a great player. Look, we can build him a statue too if it makes you guys feel better. But I'm saying,
We're not in
look,
the game of bro. We're not in the game of statues and farewells and hugs and all that.
he can come
Just
on,
win.
but
That's what
KDB
we're-
is my main man. I'm building the team around him next season. That's all I'm saying. If we're talking about next season, I'm building the team around
Okay,
him,
ego,
and
man,
he's my
ego.
main man.
Go,
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
go, man.
Listen, man. Thank you. Have some flowers. Here's a cake. But Kevin De Bruyne has got to go, man. I'm honest with you, bro. His career. It's not even that he's declined as a footballer. It's just
He
that he's
hasn't.
too stop-start, bro. He's such a crook now, bro. That he's a liability to the team, and they've already got Phil Foden to take over the reins. Although we'll see if he can do it without KDB by his side.
Mhm.
And I'm starting Erling Haaland, bruv. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care about the Ballon d'Ors and stuff. I don't care about the Ballon d'Ors stuff. I don't care about the Ballon d'Ors stuff. Listen,
So
guys.
you guys said I was
guys.
trolling. That's
Yeah,
trolling.
let him land.
Let me land, boys. Come on, man. Listen, there's very, very few guys. People are talking about him last season like he was a scrub, bruv. I know, Abs, the way you're talking about him, he didn't impress me. There's loads of flaws in his game. Imagine having that many flaws in your game and bagging 40 goals, bruv. Like, the reason why he's still in the team and nobody's dropping him for his flawed performances is because, bruv, he
Numbers
buys
don't
himself
lie.
all the time in the world by just bagging goals. It doesn't matter how he gets them. It doesn't matter what part of the body it knocks in off. They all count. And he's a proven match winner wherever he goes. So he's staying. Saudi, we'll see how long a ginger lasts in Saudi, mate. But Kevin, we're going to find out. I don't know if they make the sun factor. I don't know if they make sunscreen strong enough for that guy, bro. It's gonna have to be factor 5,000, bro. He's gonna just spontaneously combust as he walks off the plane, bro, because he's not built for them conditions. But listen, he can go to Saudi, and we'll name a training pitch after him.
Right, bro. A quick note to the viewers, bro. I'm boys with these men, yeah. That's why we do a pod together. This isn't based on their knowledge. What on earth are you saying, Igor? You man are getting me angry, bro. Rodri does not
No,
stop.
listen.
Man, really, do your thing, but Igor,
Okay.
bro, you man are getting me mad, bro. The best
I'm going
players.
to answer that question. I
You
will
know,
answer that question.
Yeah, answer that question.
Go on,
You know
guys,
how you take
answer before I go.
Yeah,
Wait,
alright.
we'll be quick. Listen, one guy can individually win you a game, and the other guy,
No,
I don't think can, bruv. I don't think can
Yeah.
individually make you win a game.
Rodri can win you the game.
Haaland can win you games by himself, bruv. If you're having a shite performance, you just lump the ball up, you win your games.
No,
All this
Rodri-
nice passing and taking it from the
Rodri-
defenders and stuff, it's amazing. We'll keep him.
No, he scored game winners, clutch moments, Champions League. What are you talking about? Anyway, I'm not saying, bro. I think it's a stinker. I think it's
I
a
don't think
stinker.
I've kept him. I
I
I'm
don't
not
want
selling
no.
him, but Haaland's got to
You're
start.
not keeping him, bro. He starts anyway.
No.
And Beauty, go on. I'm mad, bro. I'm mad.
I think this one's one of the easiest. I think Rodri's got to start. Obviously,
Bro, thank you, man. The
Haaland,
voice of reason. Bro.
Haaland's the bench, man. And bro, if we think Salah's declined, this guy, it's not only about, bro. Come on, man. KDB is washed, bro. There's reasons why, bro. He was flirting with Saudi before the season ended, bro. He knows what time it is. He's been talking about MLS, bro. Even Pep knows what time it is with this brother, bro. Bro, they were linked with Paqueta, Olmo. Everyone knows, bro. This guy's done. Like, all right, he can maybe play a few games here.
One injured season. You man just forget about him, yeah?
Bro, one injured season. Bro. This guy is 33, bro.
It's been years, bro.
Hey,
He's
I
had a
give
lot
him
of
his-
years of being injured.
I think he's a great player, But to your point earlier, bro, you said Rice you can't replace, but Odi you can. Now you're telling me KDB you can't replace, but Rodri you're subbing, which also means he's not starting. Hey, we need some consistency, G. We need that. We need help. Gunpoint.
I get your point. I get your point, but KDB is another level to Odegaard. Let's be
But
real.
right now,
Right now is a
I
bit.
would 100. I would if I was starting next season. Would you start with Odegaard or would you start with KDB fully fit in their primes? Who are you taking?
nah, I'm
No, it's
saying-
not fully fit in their primes. It's right now, right here.
Yeah.
It's not fully
I
fit in their
said
primes. It's
I'm
right now.
sorry. Fuck Odegaard.
Yeah, that's a beautiful caveat you tried to add into there, but it's not how it works.
I thought that Michael was not going to catch that.
Oh, City's a good one though, man. What a player, Rodri. If he doesn't win Ballon d'Or, I'm gonna stop this podcast.
could
I'll
win it.
stop everything, bro. I'll stop everything.
All right. Well, listen, I think we've got one team. We left it to the end because,
This
let's
shit.
be honest, guys, nobody really gives a shit, and it's Tottenham. And we've got three players: start, sub, sell, Son, Madison, Romero.
Bro, there's no excitement in these names.
No.
Who gives a shit?
excitement
Bro? Sell
whatsoever.
them all, bro. Really, who gives a monkeys? Bro? Turn that whole place into a giant Costco for all I give a shit.
We're gonna have to start Madison. He's the only decent thing, bro. Son, I'll sub Son. And Romero, I reckon I can fill in for Romero. So maybe not to replace, bro.
He's one of the most overrated centre backs in the world, bro, in my opinion. and I hate that he got his international glory with Argentina, bro, because he's a bum in my opinion.
Got that
He's
well.
a bum. Yeah, he's a bum. He's an
I
absolute
don't
bum.
think he's a bum, man.
Well, I think he's just an oaf. They're not oaf players, but you don't enjoy it. Okay, maybe if he plays for your team, you like him just clotting guys everywhere, bro. But it's a bit of a-
No, I'm gonna have to disagree. I can't lie. I think Romero is a top centre back. You know that. Genuinely, I think he's a bit rash. But bro, if you watch him, ball playing wise, he's very certified. Aerially, top centre back, and like in the challenge, he's very good, bro. They're always gassing up Van der Ven because you're so quick and rapid. Romero's the better centre back. He's the leader in that back line, 100%. Go on, Baz. What were you gonna say?
No. I don't think he's shit, but I just think Son just. Actually, yeah, I don't think he's shit. I still back myself, but you know, out of the three, probably get rid of him.
I think I would start Madison.
yeah.
I would sub Romero, and I think Son's done.
Yeah, he's done.
I don't rate him like that no more, bro. I think up top for end of the season, especially what he fucking done when he went through on goal, that bastard. I've just remembered, bruv, don't sell him, kill him, bruv. Burn him, bruv. That pussy, bruv, he cost us the title, bruv.
Hey, but what about when you got the golden boot 6 years ago, bro?
Oh yeah, Abs, that's what he's gonna say now, innit?
Honestly, look. I'll be honest with you. It's a disservice what we're doing here to my boy. To you guys, yeah. It's a massive disservice what we're doing to Son in terms of not starting him next season. The guy. Look at this. Look, I'm just gonna tell you what. If you guys are so into stats and you're up Bruno's bum every fucking 5 minutes, yeah. This man's had 35 games in the Premier League this season, and he's bagged 17 goals and he's got 10 assists. Compare that with the boy you're trying to start, Madison, for next season, yeah? Who's got 4 goals.
Stats for those who don't know ball.
Okay, so I don't know ball. Okay, great.
No,
So when he's
no,
consistently
you-
scored
stats-
you,
genuine.
I know, but I'm saying we don't know ball. But then what? I could turn around and say, why are we keeping Haaland then if it's all about? Yeah, I mean. But anyways, I digress. The point I'm trying to make is the man is still delivering numbers. He's still producing assists. He's still producing double digits on both. Where are you going to find players in the world that's going to give you double digits on goals and assists every season consistently for the last 5, 6, 7 years? You get me? And he's still doing it. It's not like he had a massive dip this season. It's actually his second highest scoring season this season since he's been at Tottenham. So I cannot afford to get rid of him. Madison has not produced them numbers at all in that first season. I can't get rid of him. So I'm starting Son next season. I'm selling Romero. I don't even know why he was in the debate. That was a horrible choice. I don't even know he was still playing for Tottenham, if I'm being totally truthful. But he's gone. and our boy Madison sits on a bench and sees what a real player does in terms of attacking wise in the team. Let's be real, boys. I'm just talking about if you're trying to slate me for not being consistent, I'm trying to show you stats and figures here, and I backed up my point to the T here.
You go.
You gotta go on.
That's a very convincing argument there for Son that you just made. It was a impassionate defense of his credentials, but we're gonna have to say sayonara to him, bruv. To be honest with you, he's gonna have to dip, bruv. Because listen, man, there's no point dining off old memories, bruv. You know what I mean? We thank you for the memories. We've got the footage, you know. And listen, his second highest goal scoring season. Fantastic, bruv. Slap it on his transfer fee and get him out the door. Because I'm starting with Madison. Because, bro, like, okay, what's the downside for him? He's a bit of a crock. But other than that, when he gets a bit of a rhythm, and he's got a terrible attitude, it's famously known.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the boy is talented, bro. When he's on the pitch, he can make stuff happen. And Romero, I'm benching just because I can't, get rid of him as well. Otherwise, I would.
Remember the start of the season as well, yeah. Before Madison got injured, and Tottenham had they were going lick for lick with us. They had like 10 games in a row that they won, bro.
Yeah,
Tottenham were balling when Madison was cooking. Do you get it? And
yeah.
He just needs to find a way of stop shitting their bed when it comes to the tail end of the season. And bro, he's the main thing for them to click. He has to cook for them to cook, basically.
Also, I just checked, he had 13 goal contributions in 28. Not bad returns. But
he was injured for a good part of the season as well.
Yeah, and beyond those stats, the way he's creative, man. A lot goes through him. He gets the most touches on the ball without a doubt in that team. So, got to give it to him. I'm not mad at any of that because I don't care about any of them. But at least he's a bit exciting. Son's old. Let him go, man. Let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go, man. I agree. And with that, boys, we have gone through the teams for today. I'd like to thank our trusty returning pundits and, of course, Abs for coming through today. I'm sure we'll clip you up a few times on the edit, and I'm sure we'll see what the commenters have to say about a few of your opinions, but I'm looking forward to reading. And as always, thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye.